Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cleo Washington coming to you live from the Intel platform. And listen, I just wanted to chime in today, about an occurrence that happened this morning. This morning, I had some meetings uh, with architectural clients. And let's just say, as I matriculated from my location to the meeting, there's some things that happened. First and foremost, God has been dealing with me, or been revealing things to me by finding coins on the ground, like quarters. You follow me? This one I found on the ground. The other one was, I want to say, it was some change that was handed back to me at a restaurant. The thing is, all of these quarters are smack brand new, even the one that I found this morning. Okay. Two of the three quarters that was handed to me in the form of change from a purchase. One of the quarters was a 1776 quarter. This quarter it was some type of quarter that was dedicated to 1776. I'm going to see if I can find it. If I do, you'll see it somewhere right here. Okay. And then the other quarter was a quarter with like woods and it said Colorado on it. All right. And as you guys know, God has been dealing with me about making that jump, about making that move. And you know me, I like to get confirmation on top of confirmation because I've been in a situation where I made that move out of presumption. It didn't wind up too well for me, right? So I've learned to get confirmation. So today, two things happened. Uh, the first thing that happened was I found this quarter on the ground. Smack brand new, this quarter. Now look at what's on this quarter. God has been dealing with me about me just finding quarters on the ground. Okay. I'm trying to get it to where the light is. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Well, if you can't see it, this quarter is a quarter that's dedicated to the Tuskegee Airmen. And it reminded me of something that about that Tuskegee experiment. And this is why God told me to hop on this morning, because what's going on is the Tuskegee experiment only proves that we have had a government that is willing to run test programs or test operations on its own citizens. Okay? If you don't know about Tuskegee, just go ahead and type it in the chat. GPT is going to give you 20 pages. Just type in Tuskegee. It's going to give you 20 pages. Make no mistake about it. But look, and as you may or may not know, Tuskegee was an experiment that was unknown to the people that was being experimented on, African males, African American males, where they gave them syphilis unknowingly just to see how syphilis would play itself out, just to basically watch them die. Okay. So if the government was that sinister during that time, I forgot what years Tuskegee happened. I'll link it here somewhere. Um, if we had a government that was that evil and diabolical at that time, what do you think we have today, being that we are living in the last days and our governments are on board with an evil New World Order agenda? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I found this quarter. So another thing the Holy Spirit said to me was that it was also a reminder as regards what has happened to the United States of America and in turn other countries in the world. I'm holding it right here in my hand. We have precedent. And how much more evil are our governments, considering the fact that we're living in the last days? Considering the fact that everything that they are doing, they have practiced, or they have basically launched a bioweapon on all of humanity. At the beginning and the end of the day, death acceleration. Okay? And only Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So, what is it going to be, America? We're going to have some decisions we're going to have to make. There are things I've already been going to God in prayer and getting directives. And man, it's like He's giving me directives all throughout the day as I'm matriculated in the sun. Yesterday, I did my workout at 3 p.m. in the sun like I normally do, but I hit and miss some days because of the way my schedule is. Crazy downloads, crazy light codes. I can't wait to give y'all that. But see, when you get the downloads and light codes, that also puts you in alignment when you are functioning from a standpoint of a position that you were created and designed to function from. You see what I'm saying? So I had all of this stuff lined up today. That's the first thing that happened to Tuskegee. Okay, we've been hit with a technological, biological, bioweapon of mass destruction. Humanity must detoxify now. You heard me allude to it, the Detoxification Nation campaign, the Detoxification Nation course. We're not playing games, man. Listen, I'm being fought tooth and nail, but it's coming. Listen, everything dealing with the Intel platform, and I'm saying this to you who have grown impatient. Listen, it's by the people and for the people. I can only take it as far and as fast as the people can help me take it. And then at the same time, what I've learned over the years is that God has got his hand on the thing, right? For instance, there are some videos, some movies that I produced. I think I'm up to Model Spiritual Warfare Part 6, Part 1 through 6. Asked me if I wanted to release them way quicker and way sooner than when I did release them. Okay. And then on top of that, if I could just, have something dedicated to time explaining how the enemy attacked me between the launching of each series. Okay. So this is not a game. This is real. This is spirit war. You don't think Satan knows who I am? You don't think he's releasing hell's best to try and stop and block me? You don't think God is allowing it in order to strengthen the mental fortitude and the mental certitude of those who have elected to follow him holistically? We've been hit with a technological, biological bioweapon. I have precedent right here in my hand. Now, the second thing that happened, okay, there was some time ago. I say when I first moved back to Houston back in 2019, 2020, same situation. Well, I didn't have a vehicle at the time, so I started working this job downtown Houston, and I would have to take a parking ride downtown every day. I did this for about a year until I had saved up money to actually get a vehicle. And so today I'm on that same parking ride, the same one, and or the same type of one. And God spoke to me and said, look, he said, I want you to know that I'm very proud that you have elected to answer the call. And he said, I'm going to tell you these things to comfort your heart, to comfort your mind. He said, yeah, you can be on this same parking ride going to work for somebody in the firm, but then you'd be out of alignment with what I've called you to do. You'd be out of alignment with what I've elected you to do. I've shown you how important it is. I've shown you what it's going to be. It's going to be a global effort. The day is coming where it will be global. I'm talking about the Intel platform. And God just had me look at it from a different perspective. He said, here you are, right smack dab in the middle of the matrix. All of these people in the matrix, the place where you was 4, 5, 6 years ago. And he said, now here you are, but you're not in the matrix, unplugged. Yeah, you're going to work, but you're not going to work in the same capacities that they're going to work. You follow me? I was going to meet with a client. So God will do little things like that just to kind of back you up, so to speak, when you obey to it. When you elect to obey him, he'll do things to kind of let you know that you made the right decisions. And you know what God told me? Say, even though the funds are not in the account right now, he said, do not despise the day of small beginnings. He said, keep going, keep building. You see what I'm saying? Keep going, keep building. Step 4, there's some things he's been dealing with me on about actually just stepping out in faith even greater. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, if you ask anybody about stepping out in faith, you can talk to me, and God has been dealing with me about stepping out in even greater faith. It's crazy. But at the beginning and the end of the day, okay, Jehovah reigns, and to God be the glory. Keep your head on the swivel. Intel.